Okay, here we go.
Here we are. Back for another hike, just because I feel like it. Because Lisa's going away for the week, well, a couple days, and I'm going away. So I'm going to do the official weigh-in. I'm going to do a little bit of PA, hopefully all of New Jersey and a little bit of New York. So we'll do the official weigh-in once this car goes by. You can just keep it going. She's just looking at us, staring at me, staring at me. All right. So here's the weigh-in. So 2 days in PA, and then however long it takes to do New Jersey. About a week. So the official weigh-in is, oh my goodness, 29 pounds. That's really heavy for me. Usually I'm below 25.
Wow.
I do have 4 days worth of food. So that might be part of it. So, all right, I'll film a little once I get going.
And where are you going?
I said already, I'm going to do 2 days in PA. Then I'm probably going to hike all of Jersey, basically up to the New York border.
Okay, so in 7 days I'm going to pick you up in New York.
Yeah, it's somewhere right across the border from Jersey on the way to.
Okay, and I'm going to take this car back home.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks, bye. Just left the car a second ago, where we just filmed. So yeah, so it's June 2023, and I'm just going out for the week, because why not? Plus I really love New Jersey. New Jersey is really fun, and one of the surprise states that really surprised me the most. It's been actually 10 years this month when I section hiked New Jersey. So I figured, well, let's just go and do New Jersey again for the heck of it. And of course, it's supposed to rain all week. It's actually drizzling a little right now. But I think it's supposed to be scattered showers most of the time. But today, I think I'm only doing like 8 miles ish. Gonna go to Wind Gap. I don't remember what road that was. Not Blue Mountain Road. I'll put it in the title. Whatever the road is. And I think when you go to Wind Gap now, you can walk down into town, and there's a bar there, restaurant, and they let you camp out back. So that's the plan. If that doesn't work out, I'll walk into town, hit the restaurant, and then walk back out and camp somewhere just up past Wind Gap. So a little drizzle, but nothing crazy, and we'll see what happens. And the sun came out. It's only a couple minutes later, and the sun is out, so that's super cool. And the other thing was, another reason why I'm out is because the plan this year, for the big hike for this year, is to do the long trail, which is goes the whole length of Vermont. The bottom half is basically the AT, which I've already done, and then the top half separates and is the long trail. But I'm just going to do the whole thing over again, so that's going to be like 3 weeks in September. And Cool Breeze is going to do like the first week with me on that. So this is kind of training. I mean, it's kind of far away, but you know, any hiking trip you can get out and do is good practice, even if it's 2 or 3 months away. So yeah, just want to say the sun's out, and the big trip for the year is the long trail. Here we are, Pennsylvania rocks, baby. Check it out. What would Pennsylvania be without the rocks? Probably a lot more people would like hiking in Pennsylvania, but anyway. Alright, it says Wind Gap, where maybe I'm stopping at tonight. It's only 4.6 away, which seems awful close, but... So today, the plan is to go to Wind Gap, either right there or right past it, and then tomorrow to go to Delaware Water Gap. And there's a deer over there, I don't know if you can see it. Prancing through the woods. But that's the plan. I'm going to take a break. First power line view of the trip. Let's go Pennsylvania. Looks like rain over there. But right here, it's nice. It's raining a little bit. Oh, it's all foggy. Oh, you can't see anything. Oh well. Anyway, it's raining. Alright, here's what just went through that. And here's what's coming our way. Look, beautiful blue skies. Made it to Wind Gap. Very scenic and exciting. I think I'm going this way, and about a mile down this road is I think it's Dietz's Tavern. I'm gonna go down there and see if I can get a burger and a beer and maybe sleep out back. We'll see. We'll see if I make it first. Alright, I made it to the tavern, but there's people sitting there, so I couldn't really say anything. I ended up starting to walk down the road, and a dude pulled over almost immediately. He's like, "Hey, I'll give you a ride into town. I take hikers into town all the time." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." And it wasn't very far, it was like a mile. He gave me a ride. He was telling me all about the town and everything. Waitress just came out, so I had to stop for a second. But anyway, guy gave me a ride. Very chatty. Told me all about the town and said, "Don't hike alone. You never know when something bad's going to happen." So I just had a sandwich, 2 beers. Now I think I might get dessert, and maybe I'll camp here because it's raining out. I don't know. So here is the tavern. That's pretty much the sign for the tavern. And here's the tavern. People everywhere was super nice there. Apparently there's camping in the back. The lady who was out, I was just out on the deck. The lady was like super friendly. Food was all really good, and she said you can camp back here. I'm going to walk back here and look, but I think I'm going to move on. Tomorrow is a 15-16 mile day if I don't do any more today. It's 5:30 now. And that's a really long day for a second day. 16 mile day. So I might do a couple more miles today. There's only 8 so far today, but let me look. Yeah, I'm guessing this is probably kind of the area where people would set up their tents if they wanted to camp out, would be right back in here. I'm not seeing, maybe way back there would be a little bit of hammock setups, but I don't see any majorly great hammock sites. Maybe way back in there. I think I'm going to move on. Here I go. 5:45. Mile back up to the trail from here, and then uphill to a campsite. Alright, getting closer to the trail. Leaving Wind Gap. Along the side of the highway. Alright, made it back to the trail. Just came up right up there where that motorcycle is. KLX. I just went up to look at the board. Here is the trail, uphill. I don't know if you can tell, but yes, it's very steep uphill. There's the road I just came up. And there's where I came from, right under that bridge. Up there. So, I don't know, a mile or two, and hopefully I'll find a campsite. Oh, look. Somebody left water here. Very nice. Alright. Maybe 3 beers, sausage sub, and a piece of peanut butter pie wasn't the best idea with a big vertical climb at the end of this at 6 o'clock at night. Although the trail isn't too bad, but it's very steep. So hopefully when I get to the top, there's camping sites up here. And I got 2 liters of water. So tomorrow should be easier. But it's not bad. And that restaurant was super awesome. The lady who worked out on the deck was super nice. But there was like nobody else there, no other hikers there, so getting a little bit more today. Well, right when I stopped to look for a campsite, the rain started. So I threw up my tarp real quick, and now I'm sitting on the ground, waiting to see if the rain's going to stop or if I have to set up my hammock in the rain. I really need to set up this tarp a little better. I just threw it up as quick as I could. But, I don't know, maybe a mile up the trail from the road, and there's these kind of sites. Looks like people have camped here before. I mean, it's fine for a hammock. But I could hear the thunder as I was hiking, but it sounded like it was kind of off to the to the west of here, because I guess the AT goes east-west in this part of Pennsylvania. But apparently I was wrong. I mean, it's not super dark out. The sky's kind of light, but it is lightly raining. So I guess I'm going to hang out here for a little bit, wait for the rain to stop, and then finish setting up. It is 7 o'clock. All set up for the night. Here is the trail right here, and here's my hammock. Trail goes that way north. Still raining out a little, but as you can hear. So time to get back under my morning of day 2. I don't know if it rained during the night. I think it was mainly just water dripping off the trees all night, but I'm making my coffee. Today it's 14 miles into Delaware Water Gap, where I think I'm going to try and stay at the hostel. Get some more yummy food and beer. And I don't think I'm going to need to resupply. I brought 4 days worth of food with me, which is probably overkill, but we'll see. So we'll see how the rocks are today. There's a lot of rocks yesterday, especially there's a whole bunch coming up the hill last night. But the hill was fine. It wasn't really anything. But yeah, I'm going to make my coffee and pack up and get going. It's a little bit after 6. It's like 6:15 in the morning. All right. Wolf Rocks are ahead. They must be so terrible that they actually have a bypass. So maybe there's going to be terrible, scary rocks ahead. We will see. All right, these must be Wolf Rocks. Straight ahead. That is the trail. I don't know if you can see the blazes, but basically I got to walk along these rocks along the edge of this drop off. Starting to cloud up a little. Hopefully I get to town before the rain starts. All right, mini power line, let's go. Actually, it's not a bad view. Some hills up over there. This is Kirkridge Shelter. I just stopped here real quick to use the privy and get some water. They actually have a water spigot up that side trail right over there. You can see those blue blazes. There's like a retreat place over there, and right on the edge of the property there's a water spigot. So that's nice. And at one point there was probably a really good view from this shelter. Getting all overgrown now. If someone came in and trimmed a couple trees, this shelter would have an amazing view. But it's only like 6 miles to town, so should probably be there. It's what, 8 after 10, be there around 1. And see if there's any room in any of the hostels for me. Alright, this views a little better right after the shelter. Here is another view. This one's pretty nice. Nice and clear this direction. One person said there was a 40% chance of rain at 1 o'clock, and someone else said that it was going to rain at like 4 or 5. So look to the south. Not sure which direction I'm facing. I think this is maybe southeast. Looks nice this direction, whatever direction I'm facing. Here is lunch. The local bakery with ice cream, hot dogs, and pies. See how it is. Here is the hostel I am staying at. Marty's Old Yellow House. So that's the main house, but I got a private room. And the private room is in here. Nothing but the best. We go in here, through the workshop, through the door, laundry room, Donut's bedroom, and here's my massive, nice suite. Very ritzy. And I still have to get a shower. Super duper couch. Just quite the lap of luxury. I'm gonna get a shower. Alright, here's where I'm going for dinner. The Sycamore Grill. Alright, here's the place I was just in. PA's only sake brewery. Actually, it was really cool. It had a super cool 80s vibe inside. They were playing Baywatch on the TV inside. They had all 80s music playing. It was very fun. Alright, morning of day 3. Heading out from the Yellow Hostel. Quite an experience. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I could have stayed here. This is the Deer Head Inn, I think, is the name of it. It's some obviously really old lodge. It's a jazz club and a restaurant and a hotel, but I think it's really expensive. And the rest of town is down that way. Where the restaurant I ate at was, the bakery place, the sake place is all down that hill right there. Also on the left there's a church that lets hikers stay there for a donation and sleep on the floor. And there's an ice cream place right behind the trees right there. And here is where we are in Delaware Water Gap. So we came from the bottom of the map. We're heading up around the loop and heading to the right. Once you cross that toll bridge there on the Delaware River, you're in Jersey. So I will film that. Oh, there's no cars here for a split second. Made it to the Jersey PA border. This bridge shakes when trucks drive by. It's a little weird. But yeah, into Jersey. This is what I like about New Jersey. Nice ferns, birds chirping. And it's not raining at the moment. It did rain a little bit right after I crossed the bridge, but it stopped. I'm only planning on doing, I don't know exactly, 15 miles today maybe. We'll see. And I think I'm going to try and stop at the Mohican Outdoor Center. They have food there, so I might just grab lunch there. Because that's what New Jersey and New York are all about, eating at every place you can along the way. I don't know if you can see it, there's a bear. That scared the shit out of me right there. He's walking away now. He was just standing a couple hundred feet over there. All of a sudden I look over to my right and he was just staring at me. I yelled at him and he took off, but holy crap, he was like right there. But when I gave him the get out of here, he took off. Stopped, looked at me, took off again. So, well, that was exciting. Made it to Sunfish Pond. And yeah, you can read the sign if you want. I thought I had heard somewhere once that this was like the farthest south glacial pond in the United States or something. I don't know. It doesn't say that on this sign, but I thought I read something about that once. And here it is. You can hear some frogs. Very nice. Doesn't look bad, but there is a ton of thunder behind me to my south. And I think it's getting closer. I mean, it's like constant thunder almost. But the sky doesn't look terrible, so maybe it won't go over me. Maybe it'll pass close by. I have like, I don't know if you can hear it. A lot of thunder. I have like over an hour and a half to get to Mohican Outdoor Center. I could hide inside for a little bit, but if this is going to get me, it's coming way faster than an hour and a half. So we'll see what happens. Some good clouds right over here. The thunder's all kind of up over this direction. Don't know if you can hear that. But then, it looks a little brighter that way. I double bagged my phone, so I am ready. Here comes the rain, it's starting. Don't look very good at all that direction. It's just starting to pitter-patter a little on me. Oh, there's a deer right there. I don't know if you can see it. Looking at me right there through the trees. I don't know how to zoom this camera. I really should figure that out. But over there, it's definitely raining. Look, you can see the line of rain right there. The deer is just fascinating with me. That's a super cool view. Let me see if I can figure out how to zoom. This. Pull it down. I don't know how to zoom. Oh, he just took off. Alright. Guess I should put the camera away. Well, that was a crazy storm that just went by. Really windy, really rainy, and lots of thunder. Kind of off that way. Went by. So hopefully this way, where it's getting brighter, is going to be the rest of the day. But I thought this was kind of a cool view. I don't know what all the ponds down there are, but it's very nice. The deer right there just kind of walked behind the rock. Right, I got my camera out. There it goes. Oh, there's another one. A couple of them. Buck and a doe. Totally forgot to film, but anyway, at the Mohican Outdoor Center. It's around 11:40. I just got a sausage, egg and cheese, bagel, a Reese's cup, and a cup of coffee. This is like 5 minutes off the trail. And I don't know if it's going to rain again or not. I don't have very far to go. 4 miles, maybe 6 miles. I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh. I don't know if it's raining or that's water falling off the tree. But sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich is really good. So, yeah. I don't know. Not sure. Well, this is probably usually a really nice view right here, but it's all clouds. And you can barely see the ground down there, it's so cloudy. But I just left the Mohican Outdoor Center, and there was a lady there who was like, I'd taken off my shoes and I was wringing out my socks because they're all wet from that torrential downpour a few hours ago. And she was like, "Oh, you should put on dry socks. I'll let you use my employee discount." And I don't know if she was really worried about my feet or if she just really wanted to sell socks really bad. But I was like, no, it's okay. I have an extra pair of socks. It's just going to rain this afternoon anyway. I'm good. She's like, all right, be careful out there with the rocks. She was a super nice lady and really wanted to sell me socks. Clouds broke for a split second. So I can get a little taste of this view. You can kind of see off in the distance there. But anyway, this is why I love New Jersey so much. There's lots of these really nice views in New Jersey. Alright, this is the wonderful, scenic, beautiful, I don't remember exactly what it's called, Blairsville, Milltown Road, Millville, Blairstown Road, something like that, something road. And I'm hearing a little thunder again, over that way, and I don't know. I might get off and I might set up camp early today. After that crazy ass torrential downpour this morning. But and I got to go up here and get some water because the campsite, there's no water at the campsite. This is Catfish Fire Tower, which is a fire tower that's actually used still. I don't think there's anybody in it right now because there's no car here. When we were here last time, Matt and I came and we walked up to the top and we didn't know it was in use, and someone opened the door and was like, hey, how's it going? And then he showed us around the inside of the fire tower and everything, which was super cool. But it's still, you know, rainy and cloudy and crappy out, so I don't know that looking for fires right now would be much use. That's my guess why it's probably empty, but I'm not going to be able to see anything anyway, so I'm not going to go up. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe 4 more miles. It's still pretty early and I'll get to camp early, but that'll make like a 16-mile-ish day. So I don't know, I'll take another break or two and see what time I get to wherever. Here is a beaver pond. This is the beaver's dam right here, and his house is out there. You can kind of see it. Yeah, you can actually see the sticks and everything that he used to build the dam. So, pretty cool. You actually walk across the dam right there. And someone put a bridge right here, but I don't see the beaver anywhere. But, yeah, cool.
I was like, oh man, you really can. I was like, that can't be good for you.
I don't know if you can hear it, but down in the woods, there's just all woods down there, and you can see a couple houses. And there's this insanely loud music. You might be able to hear it. Like, I can clearly hear it all the way up here. And way down in the valley, there's like a couple houses buried in the woods down in there. And that music has been blaring. We've been able to hear it for like the last half a mile coming up here on the ridgeline. It must be crazy loud down there. But, whatever. I got like a little bit over a mile. Get to camp. I'm going to get to camp early. It's still thundering and I don't know. That'll be like 16 for today, I think. So that's more than good enough for me for third day on the trail day. Well, I didn't quite make it to camp before the rain. I was like, I don't know, a mile, 7/10 of a mile from where I wanted to camp, and the rain started. And then it got heavier and heavier and heavier. And eventually I just pulled over right here and threw up the tarp. I think I'm actually like 1/10 of a mile from where I want to camp. But it was just raining so hard. I was like, hey, I'm just going to set up my tarp right here. Maybe I'll camp here. Maybe I'll find a better spot. I don't know. I was tired of getting rained on. So hopefully this will end soon. I think it's actually coming down heavier now. Well, it's 6 o'clock-ish. I ate dinner, set up my hammock. It's still raining out. And I haven't moved since I set up the hammock a couple hours ago, or the tarp a couple hours ago. So yeah, it's nice in here. I finally am all snuggled in. Changed my clothes. Maybe that's a better view right there. Had my dinner, brushed my teeth, and my bear bag. And now, maybe I'll read my book for a while, since I have a few hours till it's time to go to sleep. But yeah, it's been a crummy afternoon. Well, late afternoon with that giant storm. But I'm not going to take a picture of what it looks like from the outside tonight. I'm hiding in. Day 4, and that was something last night. It rained and thundered and lightning till late last night. After I went to bed, it was thundering and lightning still, and finally it stopped. And it's actually, I think maybe it's going to clear up. The weather forecast, for whatever it's worth, says it should be all right earlier, but this afternoon it's going to rain again. Today I'm doing like 15. There's a restaurant to stop at, and then tomorrow I'm only going to do 11, and I'm going to go stay in a hostel and see if I can dry out a little and shower and laundry, because that'll be what, like 6 days with no laundry. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Maybe it just won't rain today. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Here is the view for this morning. Looks like some kind of camps down there. Those might be Boy Scout camps, but they look pretty fancy. Thought I read that somewhere, that there's Boy Scout camps on this lake, but that one down there would be the fanciest Boy Scout camp I'd ever seen. The trail goes up this somehow. I mean, I see a white blaze right here. There's another white blaze here. It goes up this way, and I don't know where it goes. Up here somewhere? This should be entertaining. Just stopped at Brink Shelter for a quick break. There's like a nice little elevated, I guess it's on the side of a hill. Nice little elevated porch. And it's kind of dark, but that's the inside of the shelter. And you got a little view out from the shelter. So, what time is it? It's about 11. It's about 3.5 miles to a road crossing, and there's a restaurant there that I'm going to stop at. So, should be there, I don't know, 1 o'clock-ish. And in case you can't tell, it's raining again. And then after the restaurant, I don't think I'm going much farther than that. A few more miles to a shelter. I say a lot. And this is actually a really nice shelter area. Bunch of tent sites, really clean privy. It's very nice around here. But this isn't where I'm stopping, unfortunately. So off to lunch. Apparently someone lost their pants on the trail. Here's the trail going this way. Here's some pants. Here's the way I just came up. So I'm not sure what they did without their pants, but it's got a belt and everything. This is really weird. Now there's more clothes just on a rock along the trail. So now there's been a pair of sweatpants, and a t-shirt. And actually, you know what? There was a campsite last night that I saw that had a pair of like clothes wadded up on the ground. They weren't laid out like that, but someone is walking around leaving clothes out. I don't know. Kind of odd. All right, first view in quite a while where you can actually see something. I went by a whole bunch of really awesome views, but they were all cloudy. Apparently, I'm coming down to a lake that has a lot of boats on it, with houses on the water. Looks really kind of cool. So I'm almost down to the restaurant for lunch. It's just 12:30 now. Here's lunch for today. Mountain Actually, I'm leaving. I just ate there and spent an hour and a half there. It was actually a really good burger. I had this crazy sauce on it and avocado. It was yummy. Now I'm on 3 or 4 miles to the shelter, so it'll be a little bit shorter day. I have these really bad, I don't know, for my wet feet or something, but both my little toes are killing me. Alright, clearing up a little view. Just left the restaurant, went up the half an hour up the hill. You can see a little bit of the lake over there, but it's looking like maybe a little rain later this evening and maybe a 50% chance tomorrow morning. And we should be good for the next couple of days, so fingers crossed. This is the, I think it's Gren Anderson shelter, I believe it's how it's said, which apparently, according to the logbook, has crazy curious raccoons right around here that will literally come right up the stairs while people are in the shelter to check out what's going on. So I'm gonna go like 1 more mile to a view where there's supposed to be some campsites. I'm gonna go grab some water up on the trail and then go like 1 more mile and camp out up there. And it's actually, I think I just saw a little bit of sun, but we'll see how long that lasts. Alright, here's my camp spot for the night. For some reason it was a super pain in the behind to set up. I'm not sure why, but I don't know. Not a good setup. And I can hear some thunder over that way. I believe the view is right down there. So I might try and go see if I can cook down there before the rain starts. Here is the view. Not bad. A little stormy out. Definitely stormier over that way. Maybe this will be a nice view in the morning. Maybe it'll be all nice and clear and sunny tomorrow. So the plan for tomorrow is it's like 10 miles to, I don't know, maybe it's, I don't know, one of the park offices, like a state park office. And I'm going to get picked up and taken to a hostel because I figure I better shower and wash my clothes at least once in 8 days. Or when Lisa picks me up, she's going to not be happy with me. I think I might go cook under the hammock. The thunder is getting close. And the rain is just starting. Perfect timing. I've got my ramen noodles going. And pepperoni to go in them. And some kind of cookies. I'm not sure what kind they are. They were in the closet. And I'm under my tarp next to my hammock. And I'm out of the rain. So much better than last night. It is really coming down now. It just had thunder like right next to me. It was super loud. And apparently when it rains this hard, this tarp mists a little. I keep feeling like mist coming through the tarp. It's a really old tarp, maybe that's why, but it doesn't make you feel real cozy to know that you can feel little bits of water constantly. I don't want my quilts and stuff to get all wet. We have this nice little pool right here for entertainment. That's a good time. Day 5, and I think it's going to be clear today. I mean, it's cloudy out, but it's kind of got that lighter feeling like it's going to clear up soon and be clear. Although when you look at the weather forecast, it does say, I don't know, 50-something% chance of rain around noon, but the plan right now is to get to that park office. It might actually be High Point State Park office around noon or a little bit before noon. Call up the hostel and see what time she wants to pick me up, because I still haven't heard back from her as far as time or anything. And hopefully I won't be out if it's raining at noon, but I don't think it's gonna rain. Fingers crossed, no rain. But I did have a good sleep in the hammock. Do love the hammock. Here is an old stone wall that we're going to walk over. I guess you can't see it quite as well that way, but you can see it pretty well this way. Property marker for someone's property back 200 years ago, maybe? I don't know. A lot of rocks in there. Sun is coming out. Might actually be able to dry out today. Well, I won't count my blessings till it happens though. A little bit of a view. Sun's trying to come out. Clouds are maybe blowing away. Oh, it's blew up that way. There's somebody's house like right there. But yeah, starting to get a view. Well, this part's fun. Wasn't expecting this. It's like a very, very steep downhill right here. Probably hard to tell on camera, but it's pretty far down. Here is Mosey's Place Hostel. She has a lot of whatever those things are. This is her house where she lives. Fish tanks. TV, so this is kind of the communal area. I think she makes breakfast. And if you go back in here, there's the bathroom. That's a shower. And then the bunk room is right in here. Morning of day 6, I think. So this is at High Point State Park. This is where I got picked up. Just got dropped off from Mosey's Place. That was the hostel I just stayed at. Super nice there. Everyone was nice. We went out to dinner. She made an awesome breakfast. And now I'm going to do 14 today with a stop in a town. I need a couple more bars. I guess I'll grab lunch. It's looking much nicer today. Got everything dried out, got a shower yesterday, did laundry yesterday, and I think there's a couple good views. And it's supposed to not rain the next 3 days. 3 more days and I get picked up. So, I think that's it. This is the viewing platform in High Point, New Jersey, the view from it, which unfortunately is really hazy today. I don't know if maybe the smoke is back from Canada. Over that way, I can barely see some hills and stuff over that way, but I mean, it's super hazy, smoky something. There's the High Point Monument, and you can walk up to that, but I'm not going to walk up to it with it being this hazy, and there's a lake down there. But yeah, bummer, there's like not good views today. So, I guess it is what it is. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Here's another stone wall because I really like stone walls. And I think they're cool. So I'm going to film them. There's actually been a couple that I've passed. I like this one because this little stretch right here seems to be in pretty good shape. I just can't imagine how much work it takes to make these walls. Anyway, got some field walking to do, I think. Man, it's really kind of smoky hazy out. Not sure what it is. Not up on the news. Yeah, I think the smoke must be back. It's definitely getting super hazy. I mean, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but even looking over at those trees right there, you can see the haze, let alone just that little distance over there. So I don't know how bad it's going to get. So apparently this is the normal route of the AT, but it's flooded. I've heard from ankle deep to hip deep. And there's these signs like, swamp is doable but dangerous. Why chance getting hurt? You've come this far. Take reroute. Thank you. Maintainer and super. And no, no, no. Don't even think about it. Swamp is flooded. Take temporary reroute. So, after being wet for so long, I'm going to take the reroute. Well, here's the side of the road. Back that way, under that water, is where the trail would be somewhere. So I guess I can understand why they're rerouting. If you look, I mean, it's wet all the way over here to the road they were bypassing on. So that must be a total swamp in there. Alright. Did I ever say what day today is? I don't remember. So, I've come to an executive decision with all this smoke. I'm just skipping Friday and Saturday to last 2 days. Last day and a half. I don't feel like being out here and I can't see any of the views, and then what's the point? If I'm just out here for fun, there's no point in being out here in a bunch of smoke with no views. So Lisa's going to come and pick me up in a little bit. I'm going to head into town and grab a slice or two of pizza, and I'll film some in town, but that is the decision. Today will be the last day. I don't know if you can see him, but there's like a red-headed woodpecker. Oh shoot, right there. Just went around the tree. I guess he doesn't like me. Oh, there he goes. He's flying away. Ah, you can see him really good for a minute on one of these trees, but always takes too long to get the camera out. Anyway, alright, here I am in Unionville, New York. Oh, excuse me. The pizza place. I can't see the name of it. There's a pizza place, there's an ice cream place next door. General store is right up there, that white building. Here's the post office. I just sat on the porch and had a couple slices of pizza. I'll go over in that gazebo and take a little video. And there's the pizza place, Annabelle's Pizza. Main Street Scoop Ice Cream. And here's a nice little park. The town park, I guess, and the township building or town building. So I'm going to hang out here for a couple hours until Lisa gets here to pick me up.